now. Oh, everybody acting different now. Finally trying to see what I be on. Got a different style, they be at the brand new when they know I've been around. Got a fake smile on your face cause you been inclined. I can say a lot, but I'm not. Gotta keep it down, making sure nobody drown. I'm my brother, keep it now. Mike Jack hit me up and said I gotta beat it down. Turn me up when I'm on your speaker now. Cool, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Lose it on my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Everybody eating this a party, 1 o'clock of time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out. Yeah, you in the league, but you ain't hooping around and tear it out. Before you judge me, you need to go and wipe the mirror off. Try to turn me down, the only thing you do is veer off. Showing fake love, I can tell it once I say it all. I just stay cool, acting like it wasn't weird at all. Most of the people that you meet are not who they appear at all. If you want on top, then you wouldn't hear it cheer it all. But I ain't got no top, I don't need a chandelier.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Miami Dolphins and the Las Vegas Raiders. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback.
Come on, come on. Hey.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Gibson again. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
An early task. 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Throwing is Hurts. And he fires one, but incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And this returnable for Hill. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And it'll be Dolphin football. To end the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out in the tackle and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On first down, Tagovailoa. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's intercepted. Picked off by David Long. There he goes, right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, That's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here comes Marquez Stevenson now for his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative. Tagovailoa trying again after the pick six. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? Sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your mind. Don't worry about what happened before, because over the course of the game, the good players, things turn out pretty well for them, and that's what he's trying to do here.
Play action. Now it's Tua. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. From the 38, Tua. And going deep for Hill. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. So not quite a first and goal just yet as they come up now second and inches. Now Tua toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Look like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
Tagovailoa going to try and throw on third down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Tagovailoa going for it on fourth down. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. So first and goal and a chance to make amends for the earlier pick six. Looking to pass. Tua. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was or whatever the case. Not the throw you're looking for on first and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on fourth down. The first three, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. First and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Once more, Gibson. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now third and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
on a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Here's Hurts to throw. And that is incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points. But then and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks him. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Now, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Channing Tindall make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And he's getting a workout here in this 1st quarter as he gets it away. Watch out for Hill on the return. It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return. And the Dolphins drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And going deep for Hill. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jamal Adams. And the Raiders are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, Those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for Campbell downfield. This is intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Kaiser Wright. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 41. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. On 2nd and 11 now. Hurts. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. A handoff running left is Gibson. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Hurts looking for Campbell downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Hurts. He's got it with the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. An excellent gain, 35 yards. Hurts sets up to throw it. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away? It could cost them a ball game.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Hurts. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Devontae Adams. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 13-0. Set now to this one away, and off it goes. Stevenson now, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the play. And now 1 yard to go on third down. From the gun, it's Tua. He'll swing that out to Edmonds. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Tua now on first down. Gets this one to Hill. And he's got a first down there after a gain of about 12 as the clock will stop right now for the 2-minute warning. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throwing again on second down. Tua. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 21.
A gain of 16 yards. And the Dolphins first down.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing again.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jamal Adams. And the Raiders are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action. Here's Hurts. He'll buy some time right. He's got a man. Complete. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop him with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. They'll drop to throw. Looking for Campbell downfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Paris Campbell. And the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Stevenson now is going to bring this out. Oh, good return up past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. Tua, the final shot before half. Buying time to his left. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
They'll run on first down, Edmonds. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Tua sets up to pass it. Can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Max Crosby. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And now here's another interception. The safety Terrell Edmonds picks it. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Carlson now to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Stevenson now, he's going to bring this out. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a 1-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hill. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Coming up on 2nd and 7.
At the 43-yard line.
Watch out now. 50 Fury.
Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Well, that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ballgame, Charles. And you're at the point here, third quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback.
On first down, Tagovailoa. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
To throw again on 2nd down. Tua toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That one complete to Hill. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Raiders' 10-yard line.
Tua to throw again. That's out to the flat for Edmonds. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Touchdown, Dolphins! From 6 yards away. And the Dolphins are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now.
Makes the score Raiders 28, Dolphins 7. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
16-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Stevenson now, he's going to bring this out. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Here we go.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to pass. Tua. This goes out wide from Madison. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Now Tua. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory, right at the 40. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 33-yard line.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tua. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And it's 3rd down.
Third and 1, and Tua wants to throw it. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua.
He's going to find Hill here.
And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
And again, it's Tagovailoa.
He'll swing that out to Edmonds.
Touchdown! Chase Edmonds. A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Dolphins get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
Dolphins 14. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate.
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. But such a costly interception, nearly a pick 6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side-eye.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill from 4 yards out. And the Dolphins have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Dolphins 21.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. We'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. That type of throw at this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And the Dolphins are right back in this football game. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. After the turnover, it's Tua. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by David Long. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Hurts throw complete there to Johnson. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Juwan Johnson, 72 yards. And the Raiders look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up second down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Slot man moves right. Looking to throw again on second down.
Tua.
They complete it to Hill.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Complete to Tyreek Hill. A gain of 15.
Tua now on first down.
Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Off of play action. Tagovailoa. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Kaiser White.
And the Raiders are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this fourth quarter.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Being chased out left. And now here's another interception.
And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Out route to Hill, complete.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Tua going to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know what he thinks going on out there, CD.
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. But we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Tua now on first down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. The slot man in motion right. On first down, Tagovailoa.
He'll get this to his running back, Edmonds.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Calling a gain of 14 for the second play in a row.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with second and a yard.
Brings up second and a yard.
Tua sets up to pass it. He's got it. Touchdown,
his 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the Dolphins are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
42. Dolphins 28.
So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And it's the Raiders that'll come up with it. And that will put victory in sight for the silver and black. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Looking deep for Adams. And that is incomplete. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. To me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. They'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
But to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator...
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Right, 97. Blue striker. Cluster, 6. Ready?
Tua. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Raiders come up with a late turnover. But it will probably matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. But Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one is. And understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy...
Yeah, let me show you how to be a star. Let me show you how to go far, far. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to be a star. Yeah, pull up with a baddie in a fancy car. How to party like a rock star and play guitar like a